Well, good evening, GSB. I know this is a little different. You guys aren't used to having me hosting this show, but here we are in Oakland. I'm Brent Lane, and it's going to be an exciting one tonight. We're going to watch the future of the league unfold. We got 28, 26 guys all waiting to see where they will go. And tonight is the day they will find out. So before we get started here, I wanted to take a moment, express our thoughts and prayers for our CEO, our friend, and our brother, Tyler, taking some time away to address a personal situation. We're all thinking of him. Nothing but the best to him during this time. We can't wait to have you back, man. On to some more exciting news. We are super excited to have partnered with the Esports Business Network. EBN is going to elevate us in every way possible, to say the least. Oh, misclick there. They are a premier operations, production, marketing, just all around strategic partner. And they have been doing a lot for us already. They're going to be working on operations, production, marketing, driving traffic, brand awareness, affiliates, partners, everything that we are looking to do as a league. And with them come two great people that you might have seen around the community, two people that I've really enjoyed working with, and that's Trent Knox and Brian Curran. Trent is a operations specialist. He's helped me a lot on production here. He's helped streamline our workflows a whole bunch, just all around an expert. And Brian is a genius marketer. He's already driven a lot of exposure, gotten us in front of the right people, and we've got some exciting stuff on the way on that front. Together, they're working with me and with Tyler to streamline production, enhance your guys' experience, and just, make GSB a better place. You guys have already seen a lot of what they've done, whether it be behind the scenes or in public. I guarantee each and every one of you have seen something new that you've been like, wow, that's awesome. All thanks to these guys. Trent and Brian are also here to help you guys, not just us. They've been present in Discord. If you guys have seen, they're great guys. Don't hesitate to reach out, ask them any questions, give them any suggestions, anything that makes your experience more exciting, more rewarding, more enjoyable. I'm going to go ahead and bring them on here. They can say a little bit about themselves, about EBN, and about the exciting things we've got going on.
All right. Oh, I brought myself in, but then if you want to go back to the there we go. Perfect. Thank you, Brent. We're excited to be part of
here?
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Brent. We're excited to be a part of the GSB family. Our goal is to make sure operations are seamless and think that everyone, whether you're a player, coach, or owner, has an incredible experience. And we're grateful to be a part of this. I've really enjoyed it, learning a lot about the sim culture and everything like that. But Brian, go ahead. Brian, if you go to the notes on the right, you'll see some of the things that we've got for you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, and big thanks to Brent and Tyler for bringing us into this and letting us experience this firsthand. And ultimately, I just have to say that this has been one of the best communities I've been able to hop in and kind of acclimate myself with, especially since it's something new to me, right? The whole entire idea of a sim league is something fresh, and that's one of the reasons me and Trent wanted to come in here and see what we could do. And it's been a great experience. You guys are all awesome. The feedback is great, and we hope that we can truly take what you guys love about the league and enhance it a little bit. And Brent and Tyler have created something fantastic, and we're excited to just make sure that we keep them going. Appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Right. Awesome. Love to hear that from Brian. Like I said, he's been doing so much on the back end marketing for us. He's a beast. He's a beast. And I think we're going to start to see a lot of dividends off of all of his work real soon. And above that, he's a super cool dude. Super cool dude. Shoot him a message sometime, and I'm sure he'd love to answer your questions or just chat.
All right. We had some technical issues with the notes and Brian, but from here on, let's run the video, and then we'll just step back, and we're here to help through the production, everything like that. Look forward to the amazing performances from the hosts that are coming up. It's awesome.
Esports Business Network. Experts in building your careers in esports. Built on a community of professionals.
Esports Business Network is an organization designed to help members develop careers in esports.
We provide new media resources to our free and paid memberships to develop a foundational understanding of the industry.
We want to drive the industry forward by providing our members with the information and data they need to succeed.
Joining EBN will provide you with a leg up on the competition.
Thank you for your time, and we invite you to join Esports Business Network.
Can't wait to see you on the network.
All right, a little bit of extra promo about EBN there, and I really do encourage you guys, if you have any questions about the esports world, about building a business, about connections and marketing, those are your guys. They have been awesome to us and really helped us take things to the next level and build a lot of systems that are going to take us to the next level. So we will go ahead and get my co-hosts in here. They're two people that have been around quite a bit lately. Just two legends in this league. Let me see if I can bring them in here. There they are. It is Al Ingram the third,
yes, sir.
The legend himself, and a newcomer, Yo-Yo. He has been awesome around the community, trying to get active in the booth. We're happy to have both of you guys here. How are we feeling?
Hey, well, I'm feeling good. You know, we live here at Oakland for the season 4 draft. GSB should be a very good season. A lot of good guys on the draft board waiting to hear their name called. I can't wait. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm feeling excited as well. I'm really excited to see the future of this league. It's just there's a bunch of new guys, really, really competitive prospect league this came up, and I'm excited to see where they go.
All right. Well, awesome, guys. I'm super excited to have you here. We got like I said, we got somewhere around 30 guys waiting to hear their name called tonight, waiting to step in, and we got a lot of teams really excited for these guys. Are there any teams that stick out that you guys think need to have a good draft tonight to compete next year?
I actually got a roster thing to see what they got. One team that I see is New York because they only got 7 guys on their team. They need someone to like absolutely step up like immediately coming into the season 4 because they can't really like they can't what is it? They can't screw it up and keep it and then try to compete for something, which you just can't.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna say
100%.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
go
say
ahead, Al.
for me, I'm gonna say Oakland. Oakland coming into the season losing a handful of their players. They do have some big time players like Anthony Stank, Skylar Stevens, Dane Jones, Kolakovic coming back. But you know, they're in a spot where they need 4 extra players. You got the rookie now coming into his second season, Clank Thompson, who is a very good guard. But they're definitely going to need some help, and hopefully they can have a very good draft and get some players who can fill those roles that they're missing now and be able to compete this year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spot on, guys. And real quick before we get started, Al, you were wearing a Cowboys jersey earlier. What happened to that,
Hey,
man?
don't do this.
What's
Don't do
going
this,
on?
Greg. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Don't do this. I had to take it off. I was upsetting my boys right now. Starting. Come on now.
Well, all right, we will
be one host down.
we'll move on from Al's Cowboys, and we will get into round 1 of this draft. Motor City is officially on the clock. For those that don't know, Motor City, formerly Michigan, a rebrand this offseason. Glass still at the helm there, and he has done a phenomenal job of turning them from kind of a forgettable brand over their first 2 years, right? They were always middle of the pack into a hot and exciting team. Now the number 1 overall pick to start the Motor City era.
Yep. And looking at this team, what I'm seeing is that their two main players are both guards with Shiloh Mariano and Robert Ivory, both coming in, putting up decent numbers. But what they're needing is a small. What I'm seeing is a big time small forward that can pick up and get through them during the decent rebuild that they're going through right now.
Yeah, for sure. Motor City, when I look at their roster right now, they did some very good pickups in the offseason during free agency, picking up I believe Al Pedraza, and then you got Barry Johnson coming back, and also the returning Toby K. Neer, who I believe is going to be their head coach. So some big pickups from Motor City this offseason. So they're going to be looking to build a roster. And if I know K. Neer, he's going to build a roster that he can coach really well. So it's going to be interesting to see who they get.
And the pick is in with the first pick in the season 4 gold standard basketball draft. The Motor City Muscle select Christopher Jackson Jr. out of Reno State and Detroit, Michigan. The 6'7" small forward. You were spot on, Yo-Yo. Exactly what they needed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we go into the stats. He was second in the league in points. Almost, they was 17, 5-5. But in the prospect league, he was one of the better players in this draft, and it doesn't shock me going him at 1.
Yeah, definitely a good pickup right there from Motor City. They're looking at a guy like you said who's in the prospect league. He averaged about 17 points a game. 55% from the 3-point line. This is definitely a guy who can shoot the ball and can pass the ball as well, averaging about 4 assists. So they got them a very good offensive player and a defensive player too as well. So that's a very good pick for Motor City going into the first round of the draft here.
Yeah, absolutely. So that brings New York onto the clock. They are an interesting team. They made the finals in season one. A little bit of a downturn the last 2 years, but Ant, really good owner, really locked in, and he's looking to get them back into contention sooner than later.
Oh yeah, for sure. They have some great players. A very big pickup on the offseason that they picked up. They picked up I call him one of GSB's bad boys, Greg Lake. They picked him up on the offseason, so that should be a good combination between him, Sarah Counterman, and Ant Thomas. You got 2 spots left though on that roster to where they can build around those players. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see who they get.
Yeah, it's for me, for New York, it's got to be best fit because they gotta try to just compete, and that's how you're gonna win something, is just competing.
Yeah, absolutely. So they'll have, I believe, 2 more selections tonight, and if they can pick right, they could jump right back into contention.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They,
Yeah.
they just need they just need 2 to 3 guys that can just do it. To be honest, just do it.
With the second pick in the season 4 GSB draft, the New York Skyliners select Apollo Konstantinos
Ooh.
out of Buffalo Tech and Delos, Greece. So, we knew Konstantinos was going to go early. Of course, the commish, the CEO, the GOATS player. It'll be interesting to see the fit alongside, I believe, former second in MVP voting, Sarah Counterman. That's 2 really big bodies down there.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely a great forward. Definitely has a great shot and great defense as well. He averaged about 8 rebounds during the prospect season and about 2 blocks per game as well. So they definitely got a defensive presence that they need.
And he was a very efficient shooter as well, going 60% on the field, which not many players can do. I'll tell you that. Very patient around the scoring rim.
So next up on the clock, we have San Antonio, and actually a little bit of a side announcement here for the first time. San Antonio is no longer the Stampede. They are now the San Antonio Reapers.
Ooh.
And they will be receiving a new primary logo, new color scheme, new everything, but they are ready to reveal their secondary logo tonight. And it will be with their pick. They actually have back-to-back here, so potentially franchise changing picks when you got 2 this early. What do you guys think they should go for?
Let you start this one off. Yeah.
Yeah, let me hold up. Let me get the stats real quick. Let's see, because when I was looking at San Antonio, it's like they're coming from a season. They traded Ethan Letterman, which for pretty much a bag of chips, to be honest, which could have been good to get a first round pick out of him. But I mean, I say Ohio definitely won that trade. But when you take away him, they have, let's see, they have Dior Island and they have Tez Green, both 2 shooting guards. I believe 1 plays point guard, if I'm mistaken.
I believe so.
Okay. And then the small, because they play a lot of big bodies around it, big bodies, which I honestly see them taking a power forward or center, to be honest, during for this third pick.
Yeah, I would say San Antonio. They're bringing a bunch of key pieces back from their team last season. You
Mhm.
got the guy, Mr. Shiny Head, ball head himself, Biff Markham coming back. You got some great shooters in Dior Island and Tez Green coming back. You got Percy Cooper. They have a bunch of great guys. I was a little bit it was a little bit questionable to me about why they got rid of Ethan Lederman, but they have their reasons. Definitely what I think San Antonio is definitely looking for right now is somebody who's going to be a presence in the paint and make that defense a little bit stronger. So it's going to be
Mhm.
interesting to see where they go, if they go towards somebody who can improve their defense on the court or can, shoot the ball like their other guys on the team who can shoot it already.
Definitely.
Well, all right. It does appear that, yep, there we go. The pick is in. And with the third selection in the season 4 GSB draft, the San Antonio Reapers, for the first time, select Keaton Overton from
Ooh.
Wichita Tech and Denver, Colorado. The 7-foot power forward fills a hole at big, although not necessarily a traditional center. What are your thoughts, guys?
Al, I'm gonna stick this to you because I don't want to be biased right now.
Hey, well, let's go over it here. Keaton Overton, a very good player for that Wichita Tech Keepers team. 12 points, averaged in the league in the prospect league, shot 69%. And he averaged about 7 rebounds a game. A very, very, when I said defense, this is a perfect pick for them defensively. If you got a guy who has power and has a presence in the paint as well, so this is a very, very good pick for them defensively, if you ask me.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Of course, we do have a little bit of a biased commentator here.
Mhm.
How was your time at Wichita Tech, and how are you feeling coming into the GSB?
Wichita, I kind of wish I was a little bit more involved on offense just because of just because everyone's been talking about the defensive game during my side, but I haven't really been able to show the main because I want to be different. I wanted to be a post control person that can just absolutely destroy people on the post, and just it wasn't really like it was there, but I'm hoping it can elevate in the GSB.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you have that opportunity. Like you said, you kind of called your shot saying they needed a bigger guy. Not quite a center,
Mm.
but definitely the potential to play center at 7 foot. So
Yeah.
we will await the Reapers' next pick. Also, also on the clock. You think they go another big here? Someone to go alongside you. They go guard. What are we feeling?
If I'm
Uh,
looking at this right.
so let me say this here. They definitely, I believe, they're going to need a guard to pick up. I believe
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Letterman was a guard, correct?
Yes,
Yep.
correct. No,
Okay, so
shooting guard,
I
right? No.
definitely I definitely think they need to bring in another guard, probably from the prospect league to offset losing Ethan Letterman. And there is a bunch of guards in this draft class and some very good ones as well. So I can definitely see them getting a guard for their next
Mm-hmm.
pick.
Definitely. I mean, some of the guards that we have in this draft are including Keenan Nasta, Matt Woohoo. We got like those are like the top, like the point scorers wise. Those are the top two. We got Neil Mason, we got Dexter Jackson, Dragon Markovich, which all of them performed really well in the prospect league.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting what they pick.
And the pick will come in here with the 4th selection in the Gold Standard Basketball Season 4 draft. The San Antonio Reapers select Matt Woohoo, point guard out of Wichita Tech and Honolulu, Hawaii. Your teammate
Wow.
going to play with you. The connection will continue, and I'll let you guys get to the analysis, but I do believe we are going to bring Mr. Woohoo on here for an interview shortly.
Honestly, I love this pick by San Antonio. Getting a teammate, having the connection that they had already, it's going to bring in a lot of chemistry between them two, and it could also like bring in the chemistry within the team, which we can be. San Antonio can be really scary in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe we have Matt dialing in at this current moment. Let's see if we can get him in here.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's going on?
What's going on,
Well,
man?
What's going on?
4th overall pick in the draft. How are you feeling?
I'm blessed, man. That's greatest from our wildest dreams, man. We really coming into a great organization. I love that I'm going to be playing with my teammate Yo-Yo Overton, and I just want to thank the San Antonio front office for selecting me 4th overall.
Yeah, absolutely. What did the pre-draft process look like for you? Were you in contact with San Antonio and a lot of other teams, or was this kind of a surprise?
So San Antonio did reach out to me. There was a few other teams that did look at me, and I did do some pre-draft interviews, as you saw on GSB. But I knew my heart was going to be in San Antonio. They were definitely the first team to come looking for me and say, like, hey, we're thinking of picking you. And they asked me, hey, who do you want to be? Like, and I honestly said Russell Westbrook. And I think I proved that with 6 assists. I think I proved that. But I was just blessed. I'm happy to be with my teammate Overton again, who we played so well with in the Prospect League, and I just can't wait to get to work.
Yeah, and securing that #1 seed in the Prospect League, but coming up a little bit short. Is it safe to say you got a chip on your shoulder heading into your first pro season?
I got vengeance on my mind.
I am so mad about it. I'm so mad.
I got vengeance.
Hey, well, Matt, let me say this, man. You commentating the games yesterday when I was commentating the games, you were probably one of the guys who I was definitely impressed with. Coming into that game, you can pass the rock. You're not afraid to go in the paint and rebound. I believe you had like 7 or 8 assists and like maybe 6 and 7 rebounds just by yourself. And I think some of those I saw was lobs too as well. So you're very versatile. And you're definitely going to be filling some big shoes in the needs. San Antonio, I believe, with Ethan Letterman leaving them this offseason. So I'm definitely looking forward to, being matched up against you, and welcome to the league, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, all right. A new dynamic duo coming to San Antonio. They're telling me that Woohoo and Overton may be announcing the 2nd round pick for the Reapers together. We'll see how that goes, right? Endearing themselves to the city already, but now it's Oakland's time to shine.
Ooh.
The Otters, 2 years removed now from a title, believe it or not. I know they had a rough going last year, but a little bit of that title core still sticking around. A lot like another team from Oakland that kind of won one past their core's prime out of nowhere. We'll see if they can have a season like that.
Yeah, for sure. Coming off a high from season 2, Oakland was not what we expected them to be in season 3. I believe on Mission to Mars, I had them getting in the playoffs before Seattle, but that's before Seattle, changed stuff around, and next thing you know, Seattle was actually knocking them out of the playoffs, not even giving them a chance. But like I said earlier, this is the team to me that needs to have the best draft out of anybody. Like I said, they do have some of their key players coming back in Anthony Stank, Dane Jones. You got the young man, Clank Thompson, who can really shoot that rock. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what they can do. And before we keep going, I do want to say I apologize to Oakland that the Martians took Monty Clark from you. I just want to put that out there. No hard feelings or anything. We sorry.
Yeah. If looking at my team needs, it's Oakland only has one small forward on their thing. So what I'm looking at is, do they go for a backup small forward or keep it with like the small ball and try to pick up another really good point guard?
Mm. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a point guard though.
I wouldn't be surprised
All
either.
ball is
I
in
wouldn't
these
be.
days.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Is in the 5th overall pick in the season 4 GSB Draft. The Oakland Otters select Cam Jones, the shooting guard out of
Mm.
Reno State University, the 5th player off the board, and another Texas native. How are we feeling about this pick?
Well, all I'm going to say is that the mock drafts had Cam Jones was predicted the first overall pick in like 2 mock drafts that they had. So for me, this is a steal for the Otters. He comes in shooting around, what was it, 47%, somewhere around there.
Actually 66. No, that's his free throw percentage. He's actually shooting 50%.
50%, yeah. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal per game. He's a two-way player, which
Mhm.
I think Oakland can really needs right now.
Yeah, the one thing that I saw from him last night in the Prospect League tournament is he's definitely a real high energy guard, can really get out in transition and help his team. And you know, he can score. I mean, he scored about 13 points per game. Um Free throw percentage is amazing. Um he's a very good player and he's going to bring a spark. I think he's going to bring a spark off that Oakland bench, just like Clint Thompson did in season 3.
Having them being a 1-2 combo can be really deadly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it could be really deadly.
Yeah.
So here comes the Boston Militia, ready to make their pick. They're a
Boston.
they're a team that I think got the short end of the stick last year with some of the off the court issues at the start of the year, a couple replayed games, a couple balls that didn't go their way after they were up big in some of those. So I think you easily could be looking at them as a playoff team, even a second round team if things bounce their way this year. And I think they could have been that last year, and it really was out of their control. So this top pick might be a blessing in disguise for them as they look to rebuild is a strong word, as they look to capitalize on a lot of their success.
Yeah, definitely. They the one thing that they lacked last season was having a like monster power forward during their time. They just never really had that big body presence that other teams had in that position. So I see them taking a small forward or a power forward in this draft. Keep it up.
I'm a one up you. I can actually see them taking a center. I think they really need help at that position off the bench. They did a very good job getting a couple of seasoned players on the off season. They brought in Aaron Hughes to the team, and of course they retained big shooters like Brum James. You got King Demore, Yep Chisholm. He can step out there and hit that shot too if you want to. So they got the shooters. They really need a presence in the paint, if you ask me. So I can definitely see them going for maybe even a power forward center position combo, but definitely a center for sure.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, I do believe. Yep, the pick is in for the Militia, and with the 6th overall pick, it will be Zeus Williams, the center out of the University of Toronto, another Texas kid off the board. He's heading up north to Boston. Pack your winter jacket. This will be an interesting fit. I think he's a guy that if they have him, scouted well and he's committed to playing the bench for a couple years and then stepping up, or even, he's 7'3". I don't think he's moving down to the 4.
Yeah,
but
I don't think there's any way that's going to happen.
No way.
he's a guy that, especially with a very defined role, could be an absolute star in this league.
Yeah, indeed. Just look at him. Just look at his size, 7'3", 245 pounds. Definitely was a beast in the paint for the Red Devils, especially grabbing those boards, averaging about 8 boards a game. He's definitely what I was just talking about. He's that defensive presence they need in the paint, and he can definitely go along good with Kingdom Moore down there in the paint too as well. So that's definitely a good pickup for Boston.
Yeah.
I'm getting some news here.
About what?
It looks like Ohio was on the clock, but we have a trade to announce.
Oh.
The Motor City Muscle have acquired the 7th pick from the Ohio basketball team in exchange for the 8th pick and 10 season 4 IP. So this means Motor City is now on the clock.
Actually, if I'm being right, the what is it? San Antonio traded 23 IP to Motor City for that for a 3rd overall pick or 4th. Was it 4th or 3rd? I don't know. Whatever pick it was. So them getting and still having 13 IP and getting a spot up could be really, really huge for them.
Yeah, they're doing some wheeling and dealing, most definitely. I mean, like you said, they just turned 23 IP into 13, but they moved back into the top 10 again. Really good dealings there by Bear.
Yeah, before you were going to make that trade announcement, I was actually going to go through the defensive stats for Zeus because he led the league in blocks with 2.5, which I think is outstanding as a prospect.
Absolutely. I mean, even guys like Milton Francis Heinkel barely put up those levels, and of course, the prospect league this year is shortened league, shortened games, so even more impressive.
Very.
Definitely. Here we go.
And Motor City on the clock. They've made their selection, and with the 7th pick in the GSB draft, it will be Cade Padgett out of the University of Brooklyn. Another Texas kid, another 7-footer at the 4 spot is off the board and headed to Motor City.
Hey, I absolutely love this. Like I said before, they've already got all the shooters they need. They really need a presence in that paint.
Yep.
And this is definitely adding some depth in the paint for them. This guy's averaging 9 rebounds in the paint, about 1.3 blocks a game. This guy's gonna get. Oh man, I love this pick. This guy is definitely going to give you that presence you need. It was a great job by Motor City trading up, grabbing the best 2 defensive, probably the best 2 defensive interior players in the draft.
Yep.
So amazing. Well done to them.
And Cade can, if I'm seeing this right, can shoot the 3. So
yeah,
he's gonna make something out of this. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. As the Ohio basketball team comes up to the clock, of course, if you're not familiar, a little bit of excitement in Ohio this offseason. They've gone ahead and dumped the Shaman name for right now. And they are the Ohio basketball team moving forward. So, of course, Ohio Shaman, a tribute to the Native American tribes of the area. They decided they wanted to go a different way moving forward after Mashera stepped down over there, and of course wanted to respect his wishes when it came to that. So at least for the current season, they will be known as the Ohio basketball team, and they are on the clock.
So we got the Utah Hockey Club, we got the Washington football team, and now we have the Ohio basketball team. Love it. I absolutely love that. Anyways, if we look at they lost in the finals against the Orcas, if I'm mistaken, and what I'm seeing right now is that they're they have 2 people in every position, which for me, it's going to be up to best fit for them.
Yeah, I mean, no arguing there. I think even though they lost some pieces, they lose Mashera, they lose the MVP and Muddy Blunts.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're the kind of team where they can get rolling again right away. I believe that Letterman went there from San Antonio, if I'm
Yes,
correct. Yeah.
Letterman did go to San Antonio,
Letterman is
go
in-
to Ohio. Yes.
I mean, there's your replacement for Mashera. Maybe you take a point guard here and try and find your new Muddy Blunts. But either way, I think
Well-
they are going to be right up there competing.
Yep.
Well,
I honestly see a point guard. Just saying that. Yeah, I forgot Muddy retired.
Well, I hate to disagree with y'all, and I'm going to disagree again with this because I feel like once again they're in a situation right now like Motor City was, where they have the shooters. They have Ethan Letterman, who's a very good shooter.
Yep.
They got Appleby Evans. I believe, I'm not sure, Brent, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Puff is coming back for season 4.
That's what I'm hearing, and it seems like he is back.
So if they have Puff and he get in that gym and start working on his shot, he'll be definitely a great shooter.
Yep.
So I'm thinking with them, it might be a case to where they need to go and get some men in the paint as well.
Yeah.
So I believe they have all they need with the shooters they got on here. So let's try to build up that inside, because I did see it in a couple of games that I saw this year. They was getting beat up in the paint pretty bad. So and definitely in the finals, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
We're not
City
gonna talk about
Broncos.
that. we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I could definitely see them going to get somebody interior wise.
All right.
With the 8th pick in the season 4 Gold Standard Basketball Draft, the Ohio basketball team selects Tyler Smith, the 6'10 small forward from down in the Bayou, Louisiana. He'll go number 8, and he is headed north to Ohio out of Reno State.
Very, very interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting pick. Tyler Smith, he had a pretty good season as well. The minutes are lower, of course, in Prospect League, but he averaged about 6 minutes. Shot pretty well from the 3. Also, almost 3 rebounds. If he can get those assists up and a little bit of defense, I think he'll be definitely a solid player for Ohio. And he have some great leaders over there who is gonna make him a good player. Trust me.
Yeah. And Al mistaken. I think he meant 6 points, not 6 minutes, because I don't think he'll be putting up those stats on 6 minutes.
My bad.
Would have been the number 1 pick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, he shot very efficient. Wasn't really like the biggest like shooter in the league, because they had guys around him that stood out a little more. But if Ohio can bring up his playing ability, it could be a very underrated pick for them.
That leaves Portland on the clock, and I believe, yes, they've had their selection locked in. Yep, they have had it locked in with the 9th pick in the season 4 GSB draft. The Portland Pioneers select Dalen Proctor out of Spokane. He is a 7'1" center from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He is staying up north.
Well, I definitely like this as well. They have a very versatile guard. He has definitely elite court vision, and can definitely go down there and rebound that ball. Just an interesting stat. If you was looking at the championship game last night, he had 11 rebounds in the championship game, and 7 points, out 3 away from a double-double. So you definitely got a guy, especially now since he's moving up, he's going to the Pioneers, he's going to be playing longer minutes. You definitely got a guy who is possible to get a double-double every game if you give him the chance to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And I think
I got nothing for him. That's my bad. I got nothing for him.
I think he'll be a good fit in Portland. He'll get an opportunity to be a big time player right away with the holes they've had in their roster, and I believe that puts the Steelhawks on the clock for their first pick as a franchise. Of course, they've got some automatic signees from owners that are rookies, but their first draft pick.
Yeah, coming off, they have a new GM because if I believe they were used to be Virginia, if I'm mistaken, which
Correct.
and then Penny took over. He's new. He's been new to the league, been a great person, and I think he can build something really really good in Pittsburgh. But they have to pick a right person to do that.
Let me say this about Virginia. First of all, shout out to Aaron Hughes, who is the previous owner of Virginia, who did an amazing job the first 2 years. And shout out to the new owner, Penny. I had a chance to speak with him a little bit last season, and he's an amazing guy. It's going to definitely bring a great atmosphere as an owner to the GSB. But they had some solid pickups during the offseason as well. They picked up Justin Banks. You know, he's naturally a point guard. We tried to make the two in Albuquerque, but, you know, we wanted to let him play his natural position and spread his wings. So he ended up going there to Pittsburgh, and they have a solid point guard now. They got Dex Matty, another solid person. Truck Ankles, definitely solid. So they have some very, very solid players on their team. I think the only thing, and I keep saying it, but I feel like these last few teams need it. They need a solid big man. I think it's time for the year of the big man here, season 4 GSB, and this can definitely get it started, whatever they do.
Definitely, for sure.
Ohio back on the clock. We already did a good bit of talking about their needs, so we'll see if that pick will come in shortly. And here it is.
Wait.
I just skipped in my head.
Wait,
Pittsburgh is on the clock.
Hold up.
Pittsburgh is on the clock, like we talked about.
Hell no.
I wish I had my soundboard right now. Soundboard, Brent.
I jumped forward in time in my head, but either way, the pick is in from Pittsburgh. I can confirm. And with the 10th pick in the season 4 GSB draft, they're going to go ahead and select Rob Ritchie from Spokane, the 7-foot center from Hagerstown, Maryland. A little bit of a quieter guy. You don't hear from him too much, but from what I've heard, he's active when you reach out. He's got potential to really play above this number 10 spot.
Yeah. He's a very big man with a very commanding presence in the paint, and it showed in the stats with him going off during his time in league.
Yeah, definitely a big man with a commanding presence in the paint for sure. Can definitely get about 7.5 rebounds per game in the prospect league. Did great in field goal percentage too as well. He about 70% from field goal.
That's great. That is great.
I think he's definitely going to be a commanding presence, and this is going to be something Virginia Pittsburgh really need, that they really haven't had since Ricky Spider left and went to Atlantic City. So that's definitely going to give them their big man presence again, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this guy's going to play.
Definitely, and it fills their hole that they needed with a center with their team needs, which it's really good for them.
Absolutely, it is. And as I alluded to, Ohio is now on the clock. We will see what direction they want to go. Obviously, just talked about them a little bit. They're in a transition, and I think it's one that could be short, it could be long. It really just depends on the direction they want to go, and all that starts tonight.
Yeah.
So their pick is in at number 11 in the draft, and with that spot, the Ohio basketball team select Time Lord, the 6'10" power forward from Lincoln, Nebraska, also from Spokane, which, if I'm not mistaken, means 3 from Spokane back to back to back.
I think this is a steal just automatically because he put up really, really good numbers as a power forward. 11
Mhm.
points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and around almost a block per game, and can shoot the three. Like, you can't really ask more for a power forward, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely agree with you on that. On my personal draft board, I definitely had him going a little bit higher than what he is right now, but he's definitely a player who excels on both end on the court, offensively and defensively. You got a man who's getting 11 points a game in the prospects league, 55% from the field, 50% from the 3-point, averaging about 4 rebounds, 2 assists per game. You definitely have a good big presence in the form of Time Lord. So he's definitely going to be a good one.
For sure. Definitely.
And here comes Portland back around, back on the clock. I know they had their draft pretty well planned out, but real quick, what would you guys do if you were the Pioneers?
Take best available again.
Yeah, take that's available.
Because I think they got everything that they needed right now, but they just need somebody to like score points off the bench and build around with, because we're getting so far up in the draft. We got people just looking for a shot, and when they get that shot, they're going to be able to produce.
And here we go with the 12th pick in the GSB draft. The Portland Pioneers select D'Angel Reese from Toronto, New Orleans native, 6'9", power forward. Clearly a very unique player, not really based on anyone else, just someone who wants to be their self, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Honestly, I am trying to find this guy. Hold up.
I
There he is.
just found him myself.
I just found him. I mean, we look at him. He wasn't really that like presently known in the GSB, only averaging 5 points, 5 rebounds, not really a passer, not really a shot blocker, but it's their pick, and they were able to pick him up, and hopefully they can build him to be one of the best power forwards that they had.
They're gonna play that clip at his Hall of Fame induction. I hope you know that.
Well, hey, let's run it down through here. I believe you're correct. He only averaged 5 points a game, shot 50% from the field, averaged about 33% from the 3-point line. The best thing that I can say about this guy is he is tied for number 1 in the prospect league for shooting 100% from the free throw line.
Hey, that's always a good thing. That is
always a good thing. I mean, you got a guy in the clutch time. If you need to put somebody out there, you can put him out there. He's a very good free throw shooter.
Yes,
but
sir.
He definitely has some stuff he need to work on, and he's in a great place to where he can work on it.
Well, that leaves Ohio on the clock, or rather it would, but we have a trade to announce.
Oh, yeah. We love trades.
The Dallas Flying Stallions acquire the number 13 pick in the draft in exchange for 15 Season 4 IP, 5 Season 5 IP, and a Season 5 second from Ohio. So you'd have to think there's a guy that Dallas just loves here that they think would be an absolute steal.
For giving up that much IP, I would hope so, because it's that for a high first-round pick, that's a lot, to be honest.
That is a whole lot.
That's a lot of IP to give it up. But you never know what Dallas wants, because I believe this is their first pick in the draft. So they definitely saw somebody that's in the board, and hopefully he can be their next superstar.
Well, and you can't underestimate Pizzo. He's got a mind for business like no other, and you got to think if he saw something, it would be wise of him to trust his gut and go with it.
Yeah, he's definitely knows what he's doing. I still have a headache for playing him first round in the playoffs. He definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, right? Pizzo is probably one of the smartest guys in this league. I mean,
Definitely.
You can never underestimate what he is scheming up. That is for sure. And it sounds like his scheme is getting ready to complete here.
Ooh.
As with the 13th pick in the season 4 GSB draft, the Dallas Flying Stallions select Nikola Burčić from Brooklyn. He's from Belgrade, Serbia. He doesn't have enough vowels in his name, that's for sure. And he is the 13th pick.
Sorry. Gotta stay serious. I mean, was the starting center for the Knights. Knows how to get rebounds. I'll tell you that. 8.5 rebounds during this time. 5 points. Has a very smooth shot. I'll tell you that. Probably the smoothest we've seen in the league and prospect league in a while. Got a block per game. Turnover wise, he needs to be a little bit better with his hands. But it's a very good upside for this pick for Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely can agree with you on the rebounds right now. If you look at the prospect league stat leaders, he's number 3 for rebounds per game with 8.5 rebounds per game. But yeah, he definitely has some work he can do. He's with a great guy and a great mentor in Pizzo, who's gonna definitely bring him in and take him under his wing and definitely build him up. Definitely another defensive presence that Dallas need as well. So I like this pick. Great job.
And there he is, dialing in live from the Flying Stallions office, the headquarters. It's the man himself.
With his gear on.
With my gear. I came prepared. I don't know why other people aren't.
Well, how are we feeling? Talk us through this trade. You know, as we said, it is a little bit to give up, but you must have seen something in this kid if you were willing to trade in.
Completely worth it. You know, I had the points. That's why I saved the points in order to make a move in case we needed to. And when you see a guy on the board like this, like you said, he's 3rd in rebounding in the prospect league. He was also, I believe, 7th in block shots with a block per game. That's the kind of guy that we needed. You know, we took some hits in the offseason. You know, we lost Pookie Seymour to retirement. We lost a couple of big guys who decided to exit. So we needed to make a splash, and you know, we were able to sign Ricky Suerte in the offseason. And now here in the draft, we were looking for a big that can come in and clean the glass, and we found a guy here. Like I don't know why this guy dropped, you know, but I am very happy to grab him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, did you have a lot of pre-draft interviews with him? A lot of pre-draft contact? Is he jumping off the page there too?
Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to catch up with him very much in the pre-draft interviews. However, I did speak to a couple of fellow owners. You know, I've even had owners reaching out to me during this draft as this pick came in and being shown here, telling me how much of a steal that this is because they were able to catch up with him a little bit. So I'm excited to bring him in to Dallas. Definitely need that big man presence, like I said, and we're excited to have him on board.
Yeah, I mean, what are the expectations going into next year? Is it another year you're trying to hang a banner, do a real quick rebuild and retool?
Yeah, let me remind you, Dallas has been a little bit quiet in this offseason, but we are the Gulf Coast Division champs. We are returning, and we've got most of our roster, our core, intact. So we are returning, looking to take over once again. We were able to bring in Bear Johnson a couple of seasons ago. Many of you remember Bear became a beast for Dallas, cleaning up on the rebounding. We've been looking for another presence like that down low ever since, and we think we've got our guy right here. But we're not done yet. We still got one more roster spot to fill, and so we'll see how things play out here. And you never know, Dallas might be looking to make more moves.
All right. Well, it looks like we might have to have you on the show a little later then as well. Thanks for taking some time, and I'm sure you got to get back to the war room and figure out that last spot.
Yeah, let me jump back in here, but I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you so much.
All right, the man himself always has something up his sleeve. And speaking of having something up your sleeve, Boston is on the clock, and they've had this up their sleeve for a while. With the 14th pick now in the Season 4 GSB Draft, the Boston Militia select Chris Dell from Reno State and Green Bay, Wisconsin. He's a 6'11 power forward. A lot of big men flying off the board right now, guys.
Yep. I mean that fills the other hole that Boston had was the power forward. I believe they got 2 power forwards because they got what was it? They got was it Zeus or K that they got?
I believe it was Zeus. Yeah.
Zeus, yeah. They got two big men that can protect the paint, and Dell, very underrated 3-point shooter. Very underrated 3-point shooter. Watching the games that I was going up against him during those games, he can shoot the ball. I'll tell you that.
That he can, and as a big being able to shoot, I mean, just an invaluable part of your game.
Hey,
Invaluable part of your game, especially in this league, right? Where I will say, not to drop too many hints, shooting percentages are going to be more in line with real life next season, we're hoping. So having that big man presence is very, very valuable. We're going to go ahead and get on to pick 15 with New York on the clock, guys. Any quick thoughts on New York?
Like I said, with their second overall pick, they need a guy that can step in immediately with how limited their roster is right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking they're gonna find somebody else to play on the long side with Greg Lake for sure.
All right. Well, I believe here it comes, and there it is. It's crazy how good I am at predicting when they're going to submit the picks, right? I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard. With the 15th pick in the Season 4 GSB Draft, the New York Skyliners are going to select Tai Snow, the 6'8 shooting guard out of Japan. Went to the University of Toronto, continuing their strong international pipeline from Vancouver to Toronto to the GSB. He's straight out of Japan. Guys, what are your thoughts on Tai Snow?
Good old Ty Snow, a dynamic guard. He's definitely going to bring energy to his team. He has a little bit of work to do. Definitely a great free throw shooter. Probably need to work a little bit on his field goal percentage this season, but he has some great guys who he can use as mentors like Greg Lake and a lot of those guys over there in New York. So I can see him definitely coming off the bench and hopefully being a spark for this team. But it was a very good pickup there by New York.
He also has a very defensive presence. He got a steal per game during his time, and that's pretty much what I think New York wanted, was a shooting guard that, though it like you said, needs to work on his field goal percentage. He can also play that defensive role that a lot of teams really need during Season 4.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings up Portland once again. We've seen them a lot. We will continue to see them a lot. It's the last pick of the first round, guys. Big time for all the unpicked prospects. They want to see, where am I going? Am I going first round, or am I going to slide to the second? Now, plenty of guys have come up from the second to be great players, but of course there's the pride involved. You want to be a first round pick.
Exactly. Definitely. You don't want to get overconfident with yourself being a first round pick, because if you're not, that's going to just drain your morale.
Yeah.
You gotta look optimistic. You gotta say, if I'm not a first round pick, that means just you gotta have that mentality, is that the other teams just left you out, and you want to prove to them that you're actually a first round pick.
Absolutely. And here we go. The final pick of the first round, with the 16th and final pick of the first round of the Season 4 GSB Draft. The Portland Pioneers select Wheezy Carlton, a 6'9" small forward out of the University of Toronto and Austin, Texas.
Back-to-back Toronto picks, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. He is a dynamic player, certainly. He's been around for quite a while. I believe he is a remake of the name's slipping, but one of the Virginia players, he decided he wanted a clean slate, and he's going to get it here in Portland, coming from the University of Toronto.
Definitely. Field goal percentage, honestly, not good. Only shooting 20%. Tried to shoot from 3, made nothing from 3. Field goal 3 percentage was a 69. Nice. Points per game was 6, assists, rebounds. It's all in the low ends, but you also have a guy that's been in the league for many seasons, and you know he's going to be active. You know he's going to grow. So I feel this is a very, very good pick for Portland, just to let him just grow to become probably one of their best players from my perspective.
Yeah, indeed. Portland has a lot of building to do during this draft. I believe they come into the draft, I think we said it earlier, as the team who needs the most players on their roster. So this is definitely a good step in that direction for Portland. I'm definitely looking at this season for Portland definitely as a building phase for them, a rebuilding phase. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they come out. They did get a great player, I believe, in Carlton, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. And that'll do it here for the first round. We've still got some more picks to go, but let's take a look at the round 1 summary featuring Cherry Jello, a guy who, was the first picture available when I made this graphic. But we see a lot of guys going where they are expected, a lot of guys maybe falling a little bit, and a lot of guys still waiting to have their name called. But we've been through 16 picks, guys. What are your thoughts?
My thought is that where is Keenan Nasta in this first round?
Yes.
Like he was averaging the most points in the league with 19, shooting 20 shots per game, which, not mistaken, that's pretty bad. But still had a decent free throw percentage, 5 assists, almost a steal per game. Like, if whoever picks him up in the second round, that for me is the biggest steal of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Al, what's your other guy that you're kind of mistaken why he's not picked?
I'm definitely gonna back you on that. Keenan Nasta, he's definitely a great point guard, and I'm surprised that he didn't go in the first round. I won't be surprised though if within these next few picks, even maybe this first pick, he gets picked up very quickly because he is a very, very good player. So I am definitely surprised that he is not there. Also, another player that I'm not surprised didn't go in the first round is Chris Britton. He is a very, very good player. He hasn't been efficient like he should be in the prospect league, but he have great attributes, and he's a very disruptor.
Yes.
Defender. So I'm surprised that teams didn't pick him up in this first round, but I don't expect those two to be sticking around much longer.
I mean, from the championship game that me and Al commentated, Chris Britton he had 19 points, almost 20 points in that championship game.
Mm-hmm.
He was carrying his team during that, which is surprising to me as well.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Now that I think of it, I'm gonna add one more player to it. I'm gonna say Neil Nelson too as well. Just the way this guy played yesterday in the championship game and in the tournament period. This guy is an amazing guard, and he made a case to be in the first round just by his play yesterday. So I'm definitely surprised that he didn't make the first round.
I think the only reason why that he didn't make it is because he has a turnover ratio, turnovers of 3, and it doesn't really have a defensive presence that he had. With, I mean, when we saw him during the Neil Mason versus Keenan Nasta. Nasta was locking him down when Mason was trying to go into the paint, which not many players can do. So maybe that's why he dropped. But it's very confusing how both those players, but all three players have not been picked.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are joined the rest of the way by number 4 overall pick and teammate of Yo-Yo. It's Matt Woohoo.
Oh yeah.
How are we doing tonight, boys? I'm just getting the graphic up. Hold on. I kind of forgot when I downloaded it. Here we go.
Yeah, just looking at the school breakdown too, Spokane had that run of 3 straight picks. No one else from Spokane getting selected though. And Wichita only 2 off the board, both of them right here with us. And Toronto, Zeus Williams up top, the rest down low.
Reno State had 4 people during that 4 people drafted in the first round. That just shows
about how 9 through 11 was just all Spokane.
Yeah, 3 in a row for them. 3 in
a row.
That's it.
So. That's it for Spokane for the first round.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody except for Apollo come off the board for Buffalo Tech either. So
Toronto's had some picks. They got 3.
I'm actually very shocked Buffalo Tech only had 1 person because there's a lot of people that are still really good in going into the second round.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
First name that comes to mind for me, Neil Mason, hasn't come off the board yet.
That's what I just said. Yeah, Neil is that point guard who I was not expecting to be as good as he was. I mean, I looked at him yesterday, like he came out in his game last night scoring 8 points by just slashing in the paint, and the defense wasn't doing nothing about that. You see a lot of great guys in the league who are slashers, like your Chuck Turners and different players like that. If he continues to improve and get better and better, he's going to be in that category. That's how good of a player I think he is.
For sure.
You know who another person that I kind of just thought of that hasn't been off the board yet? Lee Wind from Wichita Tech.
Oh, Lee Wind.
Oh,
yeah.
Lee is,
if we're going off my team, the Wichita Tech boys. Lee Wind,
is, spoken for. He was recruited to be a owner, assist Rob Penny out there. He's going to do lots of great things on his team. So he is automatically signed to Pittsburgh. Same with Rob Penny's player himself. They are forming kind of a dynamic duo in ownership, and they go straight to the Steelhawks.
And Brent, we can't forget Most Feared has landed in Mars.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
These
young guys, they don't know about Most Feared.
I will say something about Most Feared. He was tied for the least amount of points during the Prospect League. So I'm just saying.
Hey, but if you would have watched those last few prospect games before the tournament, you would have seen Most Feared went off. I think one of those games, he had like 15 points. He led the team in points. So Most Feared is getting better. And if I know Most Feared and I know gamers, he's only going to get better from here. Trust me.
Definitely, for sure. If I'm looking at the game logs, yeah, one game he didn't against the Fighting Squirrels, he didn't even have a point. But then next game, he had 10. So he's very inconsistent right now, but he can definitely become like the guy for Mission and Mars. Wait, no, that's a podcast. That's a podcast.
Oh, man, can't even get the name. Well, since you're doing a plug for it, Mission to Mars, y'all stay tuned for season 3 of Mission to Mars. Live on Twitch, YouTube, and you can catch it if you haven't heard it or seen it already. You can listen to it on Spotify, search Mission to Mars. Me and We Are Bad Gamers. And now on YouTube too as well.
Plug.
All right, here we go, round 2.
How about Lenny Lyons?
Plugs underway. Oh, I cut you off. I'm sorry. We'll let you.
How about Lenny Lyons? Wichita Tech as well. Led the Prospect League in 3-point shooting as a center.
Okay, now that's
Absolutely.
interesting.
That is,
He's
Hey.
not off the board yet.
there's a lot of big
Absolutely.
guys though. I love to see big guys shooting threes, so he's gonna fit in there definitely with that. Lenny Lyons, and then you got other guys like Anthony Stover who can shoot the three in the pro league, and a couple of other big men who can shoot that three too. So I think this might be the year of the big man, and you might see a lot of big men stepping out there shooting that three.
Which is really good for the league, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, Portland is on the clock, and they've had plenty of time, so they will go ahead and put that in.
It's time.
With the 17th pick in the Season 4 GSB Draft, the Portland Pioneers select Jackson Love, 6'9" point guard from Johnsonville, Texas. Image not found, apparently, and he did not play in the Prospect League. So maybe a guy that they got some good scouting on. At least I believe he didn't play.
Was he injured?
I think he just came in late, real late. Big point guard. Probably got some good conversations with him. I think he's going to be a guy that could really surprise people. And I'll tell you what, going number 1 in the second round, having not played a Prospect League game, is pretty impressive.
That is very impressive, which
I got to say that is an interesting move.
That is a lot of faith.
Office to get someone you haven't even been able to see in game yet.
That is a lot of faith in a player you haven't seen play before. So we're going to see what he can do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't really have anything to break down for him, so
yeah, so we're kind of silent here.
We're kind of silent, yeah. Who has the next
pick? We really like how quickly he built his player. You know, his appearance is looking good, but no, that puts the San Antonio Reapers on the clock, and I do believe.
Okay, don't mess this pick up, boys.
Oh, that's us.
That pick is in. And we're gonna have Matt Woohoo announce it here.
You gotta send me. Oh wait, did you already send me the pick?
I believe so.
Is it? You already sent me the. Oh wait, here we go. Give it 2 seconds. So with the second pick, or with the 18th pick of the second round, the San Antonio Reapers select King Anista, Wichita, not Wichita Tech. Whoa, University of Spokane.
All right, so King Anasta off the board. He's a guy that I think both of you guys mentioned as a sleeper pick, and it sounds like they were listening.
Thank you.
He's now my teammate, so.
Yeah, mine.
I would like to say thank you for finally getting him off the board. This guy definitely have a balanced offensive game, so he's going to be a very, very good player. I am very excited with this pick, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does in the league.
I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
Most points scored in the Prospect League, knows how to shoot it. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think
some
San
quick
Antonio
news
might have
with Pittsburgh electing not to use their next second round pick.
Oh, boo! Boo! Come on,
Pittsburgh.
Come on.
Somebody get Penny on the line for me.
Yeah, somebody get Penny.
That leaves Vice City on the clock, and some news from Vice City. They have elected not to use their second round pick.
Where is my soundboard? Oh my! Can't keep getting away with it,
guys. I don't know what you guys are, but there are some really good guys still on the board, and you decided to just discard it because I don't know why.
I need to put my sunglasses back.
Trade it for I don't know 5 IP or something. 5 IP is better than 0 IP. Like, come on.
Oh, you're gonna hate this.
No.
We have a trade to announce.
Stop it.
The Dallas Flying Stallions have traded in for the number 19 overall pick with the
Okay.
Boston Militia. They give up 5 season 4 IP and 5 season 5 IP. But here's the
Yeah.
question. The previous 2 teams essentially missed out on free IP by skipping their pick instead of trading it to Dallas.
I'm telling you, 5 IP could make or break a championship. I'm telling you, like it's just you can't discard a pick when you can have another body on your team.
And I'll tell you what, like we talked about, Dallas trading in, something is probably brewing. And it
Yeah.
sounds like they have a guy in mind. They made their decision quickly. And with the 19th pick in the Season 4 GSB Draft, the Dallas Flying Stallions select Lenny Lyons from Wichita Tech and
There's my boy.
Atlanta,
There's my guy.
Georgia.
And
So
that's-
you guys were right on top of it.
And that's what we call a very, very good pick. Like, still
Listen,
being on the board and just
I would like
rough
to
picture of Lenny there.
listen.
beautiful picture.
Brent, Trent, whoever makes the schedule for the season, the Albuquerque Martians would like to request that we do not play Dallas until the end of the season. Please, I can't do it.
All right,
I can't do
you
it
can
right
play him in the playoffs. How about that?
Yeah, no, not I would have played them in the playoffs again. I don't know how stressed I was. I got dreads. I know about 4-5 of them fell out while I was playing for them. Don't do this to me, but hey, this is a great pick. This is a very, very a great pick. Dallas has some snipers over there who can shoot the ball.
Yep.
And this just added to it. Pizzo, man, you scaring me. You scaring me, Pizzo. I don't know what you brewing up over here, but you scaring me already. And
Well, you can tell him that in person.
Pizzo, you scaring me, man.
Pizzo. All I gotta say is, how do you feel about the teams discarding a pick? Like, come on.
They missed out.
Exactly.
They missed out. Shout out to Boston. I had conversations with them for a good while about this pick. Of course, wanting to see how things played out first. Seeing how things played out. Lenny Lyons still sitting on the board. That was insane to me, and that I had to move up to get him. We had that one roster spot to fill. I talked to y'all about that a little while ago, and he was the guy. He was the guy that I wanted here. I had a good conversation with him, a brief one, but a very good conversation with him pre-draft, looking at his stats again. Like, he's in the top 10 of rebounding. He also had a steal per game. He's another guy that we can plug in as a big, and now I've got some flexibility down low. I have got some stacked bigs. So I'm bringing back Tavian Tyree. I'm bringing back Just Blaze. I've got Ricky Suerte in the mix now mixed in with Burkic and Lyons. As y'all have been saying the entire draft, this is going to be the year of the big man. Dallas is going to be prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we were looking for here. And Ingram, sorry, brother. Like, you knocked me out of the playoffs last year. The revenge tour is on.
Come on. Oh, man. Don't Pizzo, don't hurt me.
Please see another dread hanging off there, dude.
Don't hurt me.
Al is hurting right now. Al is already hurting.
I'm hurting already. Oh my God. I'm about to go start simming just against Dallas right now, as soon as the draft is over.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like, we've been pretty quiet this offseason. I was trying to make some moves behind the scene. Some things fell through. Some things I was able to pull off. But I'm very happy with how this offseason ended up for Dallas. Bringing in Suerte and now these 2 draft picks, I really think that we're set up for success. But I'm not just looking at season 4. I'm looking at season 5 as well. I've already got my roster set up. I've got some flexibility in my roster. I've got some flexibility with the cap, I believe, coming into next year. And I've got a dedicated team. I love my team. I love these guys. They're loyal. They're just awesome guys to have in my locker room. So I'm looking forward to not just, having my revenge tour this year on Albuquerque, but seeing how far we can take this in multiple seasons.
Pizzo, don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please, come on now.
Definitely.
Pizzo, listen, Pizzo. Now, without you, there would be no Mission to Mars. If you hurt me, there probably won't be no more Mission to Mars because I'm not going to be around for it.
We can't have that. We cannot have that. Mission to Mars is a staple of the GSB. We need Mission to Mars. So we'll try not to make it too bad for you.
Where
Hold
is
up.
Amos when
Hey,
I
I'm
need him?
getting something. I'm getting something. I heard that there's another person coming in to riot for the Martians.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's see if we can dial him in here.
Hey, what's up? Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this is about to be a revenge tour.
And I definitely think Dallas could be the favorite going in to season 4. How do you feel about that?
Look, call us a favorite, call us an underdog, whatever it takes. Look, last season we took our lumps. We've taken our lumps to start basically every season. We started 0-4, and then I don't want people to forget we went on an 11-game winning streak last season. Yeah, it all matters about what happens in the end. And so that's why I call out Albuquerque. I have a lot of respect for Albuquerque. Look, I talk a lot of
We got
trash,
to respect
but
these two pieces.
but look, Ingram and Gamers, they're my two guys in this league. Like I trust them more than anybody else in this league. So a lot of respect for them. But I also having to recognize it's a new season. Last season's over. I had to rebuild. I lost key pieces that I thought I could build with. Now retooling, getting back to a roster that I still think that I can work around, having my core shooters still available, as well as putting some more bigs down low, I think we will be a team to be reckoned with.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I
Thanks
got
again.
help.
Uh-oh.
I got help. I got help.
What you got, gamers?
Gamers, help me, please. Help me. Please help me.
The man is speechless for once.
Oh, my God. The time I need him, he goes silent. Oh, God. We're gonna have to for this.
I heard that there's technical issues going on right now.
Yeah, the first time in his life he's ever shut his mouth.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
See, now that's a good teammate, Al. Just leaving you behind. Come on.
He said he got to fix his mic.
No. Excuses.
All right,
Hey,
well,
but in all seriousness, though, Pizzo, you my man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I said, just like you got that much trust in me, man, I got that much trust in you. When I first came into the league, you took us under your wing and taught us the ropes. And like I always say, there'd be no Mission to Mars without you, man. So we appreciate everything you did. And hopefully this buttering up I'm doing right now will mean you'll take it easy on me during the regular season.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, man. I don't know if the buttering will help any, but I appreciate the kind words. But nothing but respect from Dallas for you guys. But yeah, Brent, I've worked a lot with you. Ingram, I've worked a lot with you. Yo-Yo, Rise, like I welcome you guys to the league and love seeing you guys getting so involved and deep into this. I'm a behind the scenes type of guy, so you don't hear from me a whole lot, but you guys, any of you prospects out there, you got any questions, you can reach out to me. I'm another resource that you can lean on. I just congratulate all of you for tonight, all the teams that you're ending up with. Like, enjoy the night, enjoy getting to know your new teammates. It's going to be a great season.
Thank you, Pizzo. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thanks a bunch for coming on. I mean, seeing the decision makers in action, right? It's always a huge piece of the puzzle. So thanks for filling that for us.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me. Rise up, Stallions. Here we go.
All right, as we will move on to San Antonio, who has elected to skip their pick.
I can't even say anything. That's my own team.
Yeah, maybe some hot water for you guys already down there.
Okay. You know what? No, I'm not going to comment because it's my team, but yeah, not happy.
All right, so we will move on to Oakland on the clock.
Hey, we got a pick. Let's go. Wait.
Hmm.
I'm trying to.
Oh, ha.
Is that the right one?
Okay.
Kansas.
If it's
Doing a
max
great job
capacity, then we're
here
fine.
with his job of
I'm trying
announcing
because I'm
picks.
seeing a different team up here. That's why I'm asking. Can somebody highlight this?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, hold on.
See what I'm
It
saying?
is a different team.
Yeah, I got you the rest of the way.
Okay.
Behind the scenes team did really do a good job. So
Yeah. Shout out
We're
to
trying.
everybody behind the scenes.
All right, I sent it to you.
Sent it to me. Okay, I got it. All right. So, and this is Oakland, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So with the 20th pick in the GSB Season 4 Draft, Oakland selects Thomas Noble, 6'8" power forward from Augusta, Maine.
Image not found.
it's not found. Yeah. What I'm looking at right now is, I would say, a Bronny James type of guy with not really the stats wise, only averaging 4.5 points, almost 2 rebounds, almost 2 assists, a steal per game though, so that's always a good thing. But it wasn't really great field goal percentage, but he's able to take the shots that he needs to. He just needs to work on connecting those.
Absolutely, yeah. With guys like this, it's really hard to project, right? He's a guy that we know is going to be active. He's going to, do his thing, but we don't know in what role, in what capacity, what he's seeking. You just assume they've had those conversations behind the scenes, and we're not privy to them. So that brings New York back around.
Just please don't skip your pick.
No, there's no way they do. There's no way they do. They had this is going to be their 10th player on the roster, so there's no way that they skip out.
All right. And with the 21st pick
There you go.
Hey,
of the GSB Season 4 Draft, New York selects Jaden Johnson Jr.
Who?
Center.
sorry.
He was right.
Y'all thought y'all could have a draft without me?
Oh my God! It's
Oh my
Jaden
God.
Johnson Jr. Center for Reno State.
Starting from the beginning. Let's go back to the first round.
Oh no!
Oh no.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, gamers?
That who caught me off guard.
When I heard who,
Caught me
I was
off
like,
guard.
I was just no.
Joined
Sorry,
here by
y'all.
a guy that everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
my God!
Who gave him a live mic? That's crazy.
Y'all crazy. Hey, well, let's talk about him. So, New York selects Jaden Johnson Jr. Center from Reno State. What y'all fellas think?
I mean, 6.8 points a game,
Mhm.
5.8 rebounds on 56% shooting. I think he's going to definitely be a nice piece off the bench, but I think he needs to grow with him more to get into that starter role.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, I mean at 6'7", definitely undersized at the center spot, but a guy who could maybe form his own role a little bit. We haven't really seen anyone try to play his role, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
And I just want to announce, I believe that's the first team that has gotten all their players been selected, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I believe they might have one more actually. I'm not sure.
No, Reno had 4 last, I believe, the first round.
Yep, that's it for
Oh,
them.
That's it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
And I not even shocked about that. They had a lot of deep guys on their team, which
Yeah.
it's built to be a good team, but they just didn't get it done against Spokane again in the first round of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was a tough matchup. I don't think you can necessarily fault them for that, for sure. As clock swings back around to Portland, feels like we have seen them a lot tonight, and now they will pick back to back.
All right. Well, let's do it. So for the 22nd pick in the GSB Season 4 draft, the Portland Pioneers select Ralph Rodriguez.
You know, it's kind of funny. I was literally just thinking, has Ralph Rodriguez been selected yet?
Well, he just is now.
No, he just did. That was...
Yeah, he's a guy who got off to a little bit of a slower start, if I'm not mistaken, and then really picked it up. I think he might be a guy who can turn some heads and do really great things as a second-round pick.
I agree.
For sure. I can say you definitely getting a good one, man. I played in the backcourt with him, but we're Wichita Tech. He's definitely a presence to be felt when he gets hot. So I'm excited to see what he does in Portland.
For sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely, and they will stay on the clock here.
Let's go.
All right. And for the 23rd pick in the GSB draft, Portland Pioneers select Tony Wolf, shooting guard, University of Brooklyn, by way of St. Louis, Missouri.
Honestly, I'm very shocked that he fell this far because he was the second best player for Brooklyn behind Dexter Jackson, which did Dexter get picked yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Wow, that's shocking to me. I mean, we could look at his stats: almost 11 points per game, 2 rebounds, an assist. From a shooting guard, isn't really that common to have no assist. Half a steal per game. More of an inside type of shooting guard, which isn't like typical, but it could be a really good pick in the second round for Portland.
Yeah, spot on. I mean, I think Portland's in a position, they got the open roster spots. They can really take shots on guys that other teams maybe can't, right? They can wait for guys to develop a little bit. They can pour some time into that when other teams are focused on just winning right away.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, that brings Oceanside up onto the clock. Any thoughts about them going into their first season since moving from Kentucky, heading west, getting a little more coastal?
Is this their first pick in this draft?
It is, yeah. Back-to-back picks.
See if they can get a steal. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you guys said, there's still some good players on the board. We'll see what direction they want to go here.
All right. Well, with the 22nd pick in the GSB Season 4 draft, Oceanside selects Dexter Jackson, point guard, University of Brooklyn.
Well, there's Dexter, as I'm talking about him.
Sleeper.
Yep. Another really, really good pick.
Well, you told him to get a steal, and that's about as good as you can do right now. So
yep. Get the point guard presence that they kind of need, because if I'm looking at this Kentucky, very balanced in the on their side. So they went best available and they got best available. So very good pick for Kentucky.
Yeah, I definitely think it is. He's a guy that I think can really evolve as a scorer and make that his big thing. And that's something that Kentucky, well, now Oceanside, has been missing for a little bit.
For sure. And let's see, stats wise, I mean, we look at the stats. He was 6 in points for the Prospect League, going with 12. Had had 3 rebounds, almost 3 assists, half a steal. I'm surprised he wasn't a first-round pick, but yes,
Yeah,
owners.
the only knock against him really is he wasn't a winner.
That
Brooklyn
is
did not have
true.
a great season.
That is true. Brooklyn, I think Brooklyn got caught under the lights a little bit too much being outside. So, though, very, very underrated court, which was actually kind of cool to see being in an outdoor court. It's kind of cool to see it, which you don't really typically see at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something as time goes on, they'll get a little more adapted to those conditions.
Yeah, and also I heard that the Martians wanted a court in Mars, but that didn't happen. I heard. It's just rumors. It's just rumors. I heard it.
Who
Okay, you like to address those rumors? You were breaking up, my friend.
You were
I think you just said unreliable source.
unreliable source. Wow. Okay. Got it. I'll just mark that down under my rumors. So take that off.
All right. Well, things swing back around to Oceanside. Their last pick of this draft and the second to last pick overall. They are on the clock, and their pick is in.
All right. With the 25th pick of the GSB Season 4 Draft, Oceanside selects, and I'm sorry if I butcher your name, Dragan Markovic.
So that's Dragon.
Point guard. Well, Dragan Markovic. Point guard, University of Toronto.
Another guy that did not log any time in the Prospect League. So technically a Toronto guy, but in actuality, pretty much a net neutral, right? He did not log, like I said, did not log any minutes. So we don't know too much about his game. It'll kind of be up to him to evolve and get better.
Definitely, for sure. Well, sorry about that. That is not good. Anyways. No, it's my blood sugar. I'm struggling, but I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good.
All right, man.
All right.
Don't worry. Still getting through this. Let's see. Draken, best player for Toronto scoring wise. almost 12 points a game. We got almost 2 rebounds, almost 3 assists, turnovers, 2.5, which is not great, but almost a steal per game, which could offside it. So,
yeah, I think he's definitely a guy. A lot of improvement to make. Did he play for Toronto?
Yes, he did.
I was getting false information. Wow, yeah, you're definitely the real insider. But yeah, a guy who a lot of upside, a lot of potential. We'll kind of have to see where he goes and how he grows from here. Which brings up the very last pick in this year's draft here in GSB. Not Mr. Irrelevant, maybe the most relevant, right? He's a guy with all the potential in the world and no pressure on his shoulders. He'll be going to Oakland. Any thoughts on who it might be?
I swear, if it is not Neil Mason, I'm gonna have to talk to all the owners and have to know why he was not picked. Like, third best point guard in this draft. I have no reason why he's not been picked. Maybe it's because he's 5'10", 5'11". But I mean, the Martians have like 2 guys that have that small ball play. So it makes like no sense to me why he's still on the draft board.
Yeah, absolutely. No argument there. Honestly, you nailed it. As
like, come on, God.
Does anybody want to argue this, kid? Like,
I think I gotta agree with Yo-Yo though. Like,
yeah.
I'm interested to see what the pick is though.
I am as well.
All right.
Time to see.
For the 26th and last pick in the Season 4 GSB Draft, Oakland selects Jacob Copeland.
I think you good, Yo-Yo?
Ball out, Yo-Yo, you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. If I'm Neil Mason right now, I think I'll punch in a wall, but that's all right. I mean, Jacob
We're
Copeland.
all too scared to speak.
He's a guard. He's a guard for his offensive creativity, but with.
Here's what I look at it though. If I was Neil Mason, I'm going back to the prospect league. That's a good thing because he definitely has a chance to increase his stock. But the thing I will say about that is I wouldn't, if I were him, I wouldn't want to increase my stock too high because if you've been around in GSB for a while, you know we have a history of the number one draft picks, i.e. Hinkle and Gravedigger, not being a number one draft pick, but basically being Mr. Irrelevant. So,
Woo!
Also, did Jacob Copeland get what's it called? Played in the prospect league? Because I have 0 stats for him.
No, he did not.
Yeah, I was actually checking.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
We'll move into the second round summary from 1 to 10. 3 guys picked. Well, apparently Markovich did play in college, so my graphic is a little off, but all but 2 play, or excuse me, no, I'm right. 3 guys did not play at the GSPL level. The rest spread out throughout the teams. No one from Buffalo here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
No Blizzy game this year except for Apollo.
Which surprises me, for sure.
Yeah,
Coming from a championship run.
Chris Britton wasn't drafted. That's the big name that I don't see on here.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, Buffalo is going to look at this team, and they're going to have a very good year next year of the prospect league because if all of them are coming back, it will be scary for them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, 2 rounds complete, a little under 2 hours, and 26 guys put on their new squads. Any final thoughts, guys?
I know there wasn't what's it called? The Martians pick, but I believe their roster was full, if I'm mistakenly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can't really do anything about that for the Martians, but hey, next year they could pick up a good guy. For sure.
Oh, we got enough good players already, so we're gonna see what happens. We'll see you during the season.
Is that Thomas the Train in the middle? It's gamers.
Yeah, it's gamers.
I couldn't find my trademark troll face, so Thomas the Train
That'll do.
will have to suffice, right?
That'll do. Hey, congratulations, guys. Let me just clap and get the.
Yes, congratulations.
You guys did phenomenal tonight. I think that this was from start to finish. Great job, Trent. You guys put a brilliant production on. And I think that everybody really enjoyed it from what I was seeing. The chat was hype. I made my 5 picks. I don't know if I should give them out, but the prospects to watch. And you guys, I was very surprised by a lot of the draft picks and where they went. I don't understand where my boy Time Lord went like number 11 or 12. I don't get it. I don't know why you guys did him dirty or whoever did him dirty like that. But outrageous. But I digress. So great job, guys.
Yeah, well, thank you to all the analysts for joining today. Great job from all of you. Love hearing the different perspective. Al, you want to sign you guys out?
Hey, well, that's going to do it for the Season 4 GSB Draft. Once again, we want to thank everybody who joined us tonight. Shout out to everybody, all the analysts who joined us tonight, and shout out to Trent and Brian as well. Great partnership with GSB. And like I said, as we wrap up the first this year's GSB Season 4 Draft, we would like to thank all the teams, players, and fans who made tonight's event a success. Don't forget to stay updated with all GSB news by following us on Instagram and checking out our website for more. A big thank you to EBN for powering tonight's broadcast
Yeah.
and helping
Yeah.
GSB the best league in sim sports. And remember, Trent and Brian are here to help with any questions you may have to make your player experience more enjoyable, exciting, rewarding. And we will see y'all on the court.
Let's
And we'll
go!
Wait.
Let's go, Ingram!
Don't
Yeah.
Hold up, Trent's got something to say.
Don't forget Mission to Mars podcast now on YouTube. Mission to Mars podcast now on YouTube.
Hey,
Let's go,
I don't know if you
baby.
see. I don't know if you see right there where my finger's pointing. That's where you join GSB. Join it. Scan a QR.
Oh, yeah.
QR code.
Hey,
Have a freaking QR code. Let's go!
it's gonna be crazy this season. Y'all teams better
It's going to be a
play
big year.
because if y'all don't play good, you see what happened to Virginia and a couple of other teams last season.
Just don't you
Who wants
worry.
smoke?
We're just hitting our
You
shots.
don't bring
now.
your A game.
Bring your A game.
Because if
All
not,
right, y'all.
you will be.
I lost like
Go
4
ahead.
bets, so I'm just pissed off.
All right, y'all. We out here. Thank y'all for joining. See y'all later. Peace.
You guys on the court.
All right. Well, now that the riffraff's out of here, we did want to thank you guys for making this a great broadcast. Oh, Brian wasn't included in the
Absolutely. Brian is like a dip. He dipset too. He's out of here. He's the first one out of here, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, it's been great. It's been great. There he is. He's back in it. Yeah, we're looking forward to this season. Anybody who has any questions about the league and about how to get activated as a player, coach, or owner, whatever the place in the league you want to be at, we're happy to field some of those questions. And then, what we can't answer, we're gonna hand it off to Brent, and let's get this season 4 rocking and rolling. We're looking for big time opportunities and whatnot. Some of the campaigns that we're working on for the affiliates, partners, and sponsors. So if you are already a part of the league, don't forget to go on WAP, grab your affiliate code, get that out to all your friends and family for folks to join the league. And a lot of initiatives that we're working on in the background as far as getting more implementations on the coaching end, and of course waitlisting for owners. So if you're interested in getting an ownership spot, go on WAP and check out a waitlist. It's open and ready. Of course, we need 2 teams for a new set of teams in the league. So that's why there's a waitlist, and looking forward to it.
Coming to the league. An expansion come to the league. When was the last time that actually happened, Brent? When was the last time you had an expansion? Season 2?
I believe that was, going into season 2. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's time, right? We're due.
Sick. We're gonna do a new league expansion is going to be dope. We really hope that you guys are liking everything that we're pushing out too. Please engage. We've got the newsletter going out. We're in the Discord. We'd love to hear your guys' feedback and thoughts on what we can do to make this better for y'all. And you guys are phenomenal. Shout out to Tyler too. Hope he's doing well. Hope he was able to at least tune in and see this thing off to the takeoff, man, because it's fucking going now.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate each and every one of you keeping your eyes on this for a little under 2 hours. That's awesome. And of course, big thank you
Brent
to
the
Trent
big
and Brian. All of you guys make this worth it. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you all soon.
Ready to sign off on this one?
Brian, what's up?
I was ready to sign off on this one. I got the big space now.
Yeah, actually this time, right?
I got the big face. Yeah. Awesome. Back to
All right,
Brent.
Guys. All you guys have a great night, and don't hesitate to reach out if you got any questions.